Hello and welcome everyone. This is Amrita Bhortake and today we're doing a still life shoot. I'm gonna use gorgeous hydrangeas and the beautiful fall maple leaves. I can't wait to have you here. This is going to be a photography vlog. So let's create something. For today's shoot, we might need to take a tiny trip and collect some maple leaves that are changing color in my neighborhood, and then we'll get started with the rest of the shoot. Let's go. All right, we're here and look at these beautiful maple trees. The entire drive is lined with these gorgeous maple trees, and I'm gonna try to find some leaves here. Isn't that just the perfect leaf? Love it. Look at this gorgeous leaf, just one leaf, just one, growing out of the ground. Nature is so beautiful. You can find the most gorgeous things as the best surprises. I mean, I wasn't even expecting that leaf, but it is so pretty to just see this one leaf coming out of the ground where there's nothing around it. Oh, the joy that gave me today. All right, I think I'm done and it's time to head back home, get all the leaves back and start working on the shoot. I'm back in the studio again and I just wanted to show you today's equipment and the setup for the shoot. This is how I have my table and the backdrop set up. I wanted complete black on the base and also as the backdrop. So I've gone with these two boards, and here is the camera and lens setup that I have. This is my Nikon D810 and I am using the 50mm Sigma 1.4 Art Series lens. But today I'm actually going to experiment a little bit. I actually got my Nikon 105mm lens out because I had something in mind that I want to see if I can shoot it. But I've kept both the lenses out, so I'm going to take two different shots with both the lenses. And here's my tripod that is set up to capture both the video so you guys can see the arrangement as I make it, and also then to shoot my final image using the Nikon D810. And this is my recording setup, which as you can see is the Sony a6400, and I'm using a Rode microphone for my audio and just the kit lens that came with the camera. And here you can see I have an aperture 120D Mark II light on with the light dome, but this is only so that I can light myself and you can see the video as I make it. But when I actually shoot the image, this is going to be a natural light photography, so I will turn the light off and use this large window light that is coming in. If I want at some point, I might soften it, but I think I'm pretty happy with how the image looks right now. Just to test whether I like the light or not, I am just gonna place an object and see how the light looks, and I think it looks really good. I don't think I need to soften the light by using a scrim here. I feel like the light just as it is will give me really beautiful fall off, and I'm happy with it. I am also going to quickly go and get the hydrangeas from the garden. I didn't want to get them earlier before I left to get the maple leaves because I didn't want them to start wilting. As it is, some of them are drying off, which is why I wanted to do the shoot in the first place. But I wanted to capture them right as I cut them and brought them in. So I'm gonna go and get those right now. The concept behind this shoot is that I want to show the last remaining flowers that are there in a fall or almost winter garden, where a lot of the flowers have gone dormant, but there are still maybe a few blooms remaining. And although I had a lot of bright pink hydrangeas, I picked these hydrangeas which had just changed a little bit of the color. I wanted to show the season change as all the plants and as the life in the garden goes to sleep, where the colors of the leaves are changing. There are still these blooms that are trying to peek through, and how that gives us a window into a fall or a winter garden. So that's kind of the concept I had in mind when I started this shoot. So that's our haul for today. Let's create something fun. some last minute surgery was needed with the rose because I cut it too short. I had to gaff tape it a little bit. Hopefully I can just hide it with the foliage that's remaining. But that rose has so many thorns on it, so I pricked myself. I think it looks fine. I'm just gonna adjust it a little bit more now. It's how I want it. And then I'm going to start arranging the maple leaves around it. Even though the pink rose is gorgeous and beautiful, there are these old blooms on there which have just a couple of petals left, just the last of it. But I didn't want to cut them off, and I want to leave them on there because that's also something that signifies that it has lost the petals and lost the blooms, and this is the last bloom that is left now. So I want to leave that in. I love having odd number of flowers and blooms, and that's a group of 3 that I want to have. In compositions, if you have odd number of things grouped together, they usually attract the eye more than if there's just even number. Though these leaves are not perfect, they are eaten by some of the caterpillars in my garden. I want to leave them because even though they're imperfect, there's still beauty in them. So I want them kind of to be in the forefront. These are fruits from the maple tree, and I love the texture on them. And I've added some to the image, and I'm gonna keep one on the bottom using a brush to kind of move the seeds around where I want them. I'm using some of the seeds that came out of this fruit and spreading it on the bottom to add texture so that bottom of the image doesn't feel empty and it looks more natural as if it's just spilling over from the arrangement. Details, tiny, tiny details. The sun is setting outside and it's gotten pretty dark by the time I got done, but I'm going to turn off the lights and shoot the final image. So I don't know how much of it you can see behind the scenes, but I will try to capture it. We had to wrap up soon yesterday because the day got dark at like 4:30. It was a cloudy day and we lost the light. That's the challenge with doing natural light photography. The photo that we took yesterday was on the 105mm macro lens. The second shot I want to do is using my 50mm art series lens. Before we start, I want to show you how the light looks like right now. And if you look at me, you can probably tell I have some sun directly shining on me. There's like kind of a cloud cover, there's still sun streaming in. I am going to start with the scrim, which you know if you've seen my previous videos, and I am going to start putting up the scrim and then start with the shoot. Honestly though, I love how the sun looks like right now on the image, and I might take a few shots just to capture that. But for the look that I want for the still life image, I want a soft light on it, just hitting some of the highlight points in the image, and then I want to control the rest of the light using dark flags. And look, oh my gosh, look how much the light is changing, because now that the sun's gone behind the clouds, you can see I look a lot different without the direct sunlight streaming in. I apologize if the light is changing a lot during the video, but I want to show you some of the challenges you can face while you are planning a natural light photography shoot. And this is something you just have to deal with as it comes, because it's not something you can plan and control. So to start with, I'm gonna take one photograph with the sunlight streaming as it is, and then put up the scrim and take the remaining shots that we talked about earlier in the video. I have the scrim put up now, and as you can see, the light looks beautiful. It's even, it is exactly the kind of light I wanted to capture this image. Although I have to say, the images that I captured earlier with the sun streaming in, ooh, I can't wait to see them in Lightroom. That kind of looks special. But what I had imagined with the soft, even light on the entire image, I think this is exactly what I wanted. So I am going to start shooting the images. I hope you also had fun during this photo shoot and learned something, because it was just a lot of fun for me to create this. Feel free to comment and let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it and found it useful. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell to be notified for all of my future videos. Thank you so much everyone for watching and joining me today, and have an amazing, amazing day. Bye-bye. Because I want to be able to